green.
Oh, but Koa holds it around the outside, and he gets a way better
take
exit.
it.
Pushing hard, already 3 wide into turn 1.
A little bit, and a group of Astons just piling up on him, trying to hold everybody off. Push him wide a little bit. Oh, but you can't make it stick.
Boonstra is able to hold the inside.
Got a little overlap, but he can't do it.
Ooh, and he just caught it.
Mr. Sir and King are banging doors.
Oh, shoot.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Good evening, SRA fans. This is your host, Austin Whitescarver. Don't worry, I will be rivaling Taylor for saying things wrong today. I'm joined in the booth with Nathan Bright. And then the one and only John Donahue. Hey, it's an honor for them. Don't worry, they'll have me and Nate to bring them back to reality of saying things wrong. Apparently, it sounds like you guys are... Hang on, let me... Thank you to the people in chat telling me that they're muted. My thing is not working correctly.
Gotta love it. Get your
Oh,
lost.
I'm having so many issues tonight. It's race 1. We'll go over that
Hey,
again.
these things are bound to happen.
Yeah.
Race 1. Yeah, you know, we
I still don't think they can hear us.
Oh no, I think they can now. Yeah,
Off
you're
the track,
good.
on the track.
You're good now. Strong start to race 1.
Oh, no
Oh,
worries. No sweat. We'll move right beyond that. It's not even a thing. Just excited to be here and see how season 6 kicks off with Division 3.
Yeah, we'll quickly go over the track map for a hot afternoon here at Barcelona. There is 16 turns here, 4.67 kilometers or 2.905 miles for everyone else. A lot of difficult sections for a lot of these drivers. Definitely going to see a lot of action in turns 4 and 5 and then turn 10. Then you also see some drivers kind of get backed up in that last section with turns 14 and 15, that chicane over there. And then you got that long straight, which if you get that slipstream, you will set up a move into turn 1 very nicely. What do you guys think for tonight on this racetrack?
A lot of drivers. Perhaps I'm drawing a bit from my own experience there. Maybe some drivers also from my division, but turn 10 seems to be one of the more difficult ones to just nail consistently. So I expect to see some carnage there. It's the first race of the season. Everyone's trying to get back into the swing of things. We've had a good break since the last time that we've gotten together and done this thing. So that's typically where I expect the action to be tonight. What about you, John? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, as a Porsche driver, of course, I'm partial to turn 10, as that's my favorite braking zone in this entire track. So all those Porsches that we see on the track right now, I think we'll see a lot of moves there for them.
Yeah, definitely agree. The season, we saw a lot of drivers sign up with the Porsche and AMR. They seem to be the popular one to go for this season.
Yeah, heavy influx.
Yeah, I think they saw a lot.
I led the charge. That's what happened. You know, my midfield finish for D4, I definitely led the charge.
Well, if we think back to season 5, if I remember correctly, the very day of the very final race, race 8 in season 5, didn't the the Lambo, the Ferrari, and the Honda get hit with the Nerf?
I think it was the
Porsche.
McLaren and the Porsche and the Honda got hit with.
Trust me, it was the
some BOP
Porsche.
changes.
All right, 1 out of 3. That ain't bad. All right.
All right, well, we're well into qualifying now, about 3 minutes in. I hope you don't mind me kind of taking over this part for you, Austin.
You're all good.
As you guys know that have been watching before, we do it a little differently here. We have 2 splits per division. So we've got our D3 silver and our D3 gold drivers. Silvers are going to go out for that first 10 minutes, warm up the track for the golds, and the golds come out second, and they're going to set those blistering fast lap times. However, this season, and we saw this last night in D4, Austin, I'm sure you did too in D5, Nate, this season, it is really compact. So there's going to be a lot of overlap between silver and gold. So there could be some silvers up in the top 3 even. Like I think there was 2 it finished. You and the person who finished last night were our top 2 in the race.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a nice tight qualifying session.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I like the idea of gold drivers getting the last 10 minutes of qualification. Hey, listen, you earned it at this point. Let's let the silver drivers rubber up the track a bit. This is sort of the mentality of, hey, you got the skills, you've proved, your worth here. And you're gonna come out after 10 minutes of people already driving on the track. It's gonna be a little bit more rubbered down than it will be for the silver drivers.
Exactly. And we already have some times coming in as well. JB Ruzic leading the charge with a 1:45.1.
Whoo, baby.
That's getting faster tonight.
That's absolutely, and that's no rubber being applied to the track. Absolutely cold tires, cold brakes, and you're already seeing 145s. It's going to be an exciting race, gentlemen.
Definitely, for sure. And we did mention that as a hot afternoon. I believe it was around 45 degrees Celsius for qualifying. So you really only
right now. Sorry, but right now the track temperature is say 47 degrees Celsius.
That is ridiculous.
Spicy.
It is. You really only get 2 or 3 good laps before your tires really start getting outside those optimal pressures and temperatures.
That's on a good day, though.
That is on a good day. You were right.
So for all you guys that don't know Celsius to Fahrenheit, that's 117 degrees Fahrenheit that the track is right now. That's pretty hot. Even for a Texan, I'm going with that's pretty hot.
Fun fact, Celsius and Fahrenheit reach the same spot at -40 degrees.
The more you know.
It has no bearing with this race right now whatsoever.
No, it's not.
I thought I'd throw it out there.
I'm on board with Johnny Air at the moment, who just put in a lap to put him into P2. I just noticed something as he's rolling around the track. He has his left indicator on. He's just, letting the people know, hey, I'm going to be turning left at some point.
He's clearly not driving a BMW if he's got an indicator on.
Exactly. I don't think, do we have any BMWs on the grid?
I think
we have
one.
Levine, Garrity. Okay, so just Levine and Garrity. And they're 2 golds. Weren't they teammates last season? I can't remember. I don't think so.
On board with Anderson right now, who is about hovering around that 3 to 4 10th range, just entering sector 2 here, and hopefully keeps a good lap going that will bump him up a couple spots. Actually might take him provisional pole, but math not my strong suit some days.
Oh, math not my strong suit any day.
I'm on board with Anthony Michael, Comic Racing Car, lovely livery, and he is up by almost 2/10 now. So if he continues with that, that will put him up into the top 10. And he right now is 18th. That's how close this grid is. 2/10, and you're up over 8 spots.
Oh my gosh. And you know how in sector 2 Anderson was up around 3 to 4, he's now up 7 to 8 tenths.
My God. Yeah, he's that's a good improvement there. I think we're gonna get a view of Mr. Michael here as he's driving through.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I love his livery. Or for the more fancy in the chat, the livery.
Oh God.
We're
Don't
starting this
start
already,
this.
guys. By the way, he
No,
put in
we're
a
not doing this.
144.0 for provisional pole right there.
Oh my gosh.
144.
5
Yeah.
tenths behind him, with Johnny Air being at P3, and he is 9 tenths behind.
My gosh.
There is going to
ridiculous.
be some good fights for the gold drivers there to get P1.
So Michael, I think, lost it a little bit or invalidated or something, because he's still down in P18.
Oh no.
Gonna right on board with Zodi Fade, a D4 person for us last season, as I'm sure you remember.
Yes.
But let's see how he's doing. He's up in the top 10 at the moment, D3 silver.
Yeah, I see Lloyd probably moving up here into the top 10 as well with 4. Yeah, P3 right there.
And Zodi is P10 now. He's getting knocked down, but he's up by over a 10. So we'll see
Let's
how it
take a
goes.
little on board. Yeah, how many? We have like I said, a lot of AMRs and Porsches. So I'm seeing in the top 10 4 Porsches and 2 AMRs. So
Only
Porsche
one
seems-
Ferrari.
Yeah. Ferrari was strong last
It's
night.
the only Ferrari on the grid, so
I do remember the Ferrari being very strong last night.
yeah, you should know.
Yes, that car was great. But season, we'll see what happens. There's a couple tracks that do not favor the Ferrari, such as Zolder. But we definitely will see a lot of these cars, especially the Ferrari, do well. Since it seems to always do well every season, no matter which track you go to.
Indeed. I'm riding on board with Nick Cameron right now as he's coming through the last corner, up by almost 2 tenths.
Yeah, baby. Ghost Rider.
Puts him up into P10.
Oh my gosh.
And for all you guys that don't understand why he's pulling off, it's because there's 15 seconds left and he didn't want to risk trying to take another lap. Because when that 10-minute mark hits is when all of our gold division drivers are allowed to come out and start taking their laps. If there's any other traffic on the track, though, of course they have to yield to them, just, to be nice. Good old rules.
The rules do help for sure.
They do.
So, and I know the admin team has done a lot of work getting those rules to be where they are now, and they've made
every
the league
rule for a reason.
Yeah, they've made the league one of the best ones to have in NA.
One of
the best.
The best, yes, I will say the best.
We got it on camera here, guys. Austin doesn't think we're the best league in North America.
There are other leagues that do well, but SRA is, like I said, the top one. They're the top dog. I will say that.
Yeah, no doubt about that. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe we have the largest number of active drivers in the entire continent, with a solid. If we're looking in the league, it's probably around 300 with a solid 100 on a waiting list, if I'm not mistaken. But
I don't know about
you might be mistaken there, but
Wait,
anyway.
what? What do you mean? 300 active drivers, right?
I'm going to interrupt you really quick.
Division.
Panchinac just came around the last corner. He was up 4 tenths. He moved from 22nd to 14th. He's now a top 15 in silver division.
Oh,
all right, continue.
Yeah, let's go back to my terrible math.
Exactly. Let's just watch this.
But yeah, I would say that we have 300 active drivers across the divisions, which is correct, and then probably another 30 in the waiting list that seems to be growing every single day. But we see here a lot of these gold drivers stacking up for Sector 3. The rule has been just push on your outlap, and then Sector 3 is when you go and get your about 3 to 5 second gap to the car in front. So that way
Some people do it in a very annoying way, but it gets done.
Yeah. We see. I'm on board here with Matt Anastasi. I know
we picked great minds think alike. Because guess what? I am too.
Yeah, he was our Division 4 winner. I know that he's teamed up with Johnny Air again, and
oh yeah, the Division 4 silver winner.
Yeah, They decided to go with the Porsche this season compared to the AMR, so they're switching it up, and we'll see how they do with that because they were dominant in D4 together.
Oh yeah. Don't remind me.
I'm gonna remind you. So let's see, because he will be the first gold driver to cross the line here. So
Well, I'm riding on board inside the car with him as we speak.
as he comes around into this last couple corners and getting into that slow section, I know that this was one of my banes of this track. I'm not a fan of this chicane.
I will say, I like this sector in the Porsche.
It's fair.
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder why. You at least can catch up to some people there.
Exactly.
The heaviest
He crosses the
corner
line.
section.
P3
Puts him P3 already, only one lap.
It seems like we got some Team Madhouse love in the chat going on right now as well. Let's see. Should we jump on board here? We'll jump on board with one of the Beamers, the Krispy Kreme Beamer. Very clean livery. I remember seeing that at the livery reveal, and chat was going wild for these ones.
Ooh, Logan Schaefer. I'm sorry. Logan Schaefer just pipped Matt Anastasi on the line. Got it by about 1/10.
Oh my gosh.
So Logan Schaefer's P3 for D3 gold.
He has found pace throughout last season and this season. I know he started in D6, did well at Indy. All of a sudden, he's in D4, and at I think it was Laguna, he ended up winning the silver split there. And Kyalami, he put in a good time for the hot stint, and he's now gold. So good on him for finding the pace.
Right on board with Petrovic now. His last lap was a 1:46.4.
Yeah, I'm also on board with Toddy here, who almost a second up from his banker time, but then just slowed down a little too much on that exit of turn 10. I'm not.
You know who is doing really good though? Dustin Fickert, up over 2.5 seconds from his last time.
Where's he at? I'm trying to find that.
44th at the moment.
There we go. As he crosses the line here.
Crosses the line, puts him up into P11.
Meeks
with a
almost up
145
a second
flat.
half. Puts Meeks into P3. Let's see.
No one has been able to get anywhere near Andrew Anderson's P or 44 flat yet.
That is.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a ridiculous number right there. Because I mean, he laid down within what, like lap 3?
That was his like second lap. So
was this the second one?
Yeah, that or his banker.
Is that possible?
Just woke those tires up and ended up getting it right in the optimal spot for that one lap. I don't imagine that he could be getting any more laps like that with how much how hot this track is.
I'm curious to see like how much his strategy differs between quali and race setup. You know, how much fuel did he take for that quali setup? What were his tire PSIs, that sort of thing? I mean, that's a ridiculously quick time for lap 2 during the quali, and you gotta tip your cap 100%.
No, I don't know about y'all.
Go ahead, John.
Sorry, I don't know about y'all, but when I was going out for quali yesterday, I think all of my tires were at or under 23 psi when I was leaving the pits, because otherwise they get way too hot and you can't do anything at all.
Yeah, and then you hear, "Watch out for curbs; your tires are cold."
Yeah.
Also, we saw Carbaugh here go from I think P20 to P9 while also getting this tow from the Beamer in front.
Matt Anastasi also just moved up. He was P6 or 7 and is now up into P3 again.
He is looking to continue his success from the D4 here.
Not a whole lot of people making up a lot of time at the moment. There is Oshkosh down in 44th. He's up 4/10. That'll move him up to P40 for that lap, as well as Petrovic. He's up 2/10 thereabouts, coming through the final sector here.
Those ZDR boys in the AMG, wonderful livery again. Everybody in this community making fantastic liveries.
No question.
Seeing everybody's hard work in that off season and getting to show them off is always fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun on the season 6 reveal stream with the livery reveals, the track reveals, the shoey reveals. I mean, just what a way to bring in the season, and just seeing the creativity. Again, I want to take a second to just tip my cap to Selena Boostra, who just had an amazing contribution to the introduction for SRA for season 6. Just an outstanding video.
Right on board with Meeks at the moment, and his Tequila Patron Lexus. He's up over 4/10 now.
I see that.
Starting to come into the last sector here.
The Lexus has slowly been catching on for a lot of people.
I like it. I just couldn't convince my teammate this season to drive that. So
I think it's the engine noise. I think people get addicted to the engine noise.
I like the way
so
it
good.
drives too, though. I'm not gonna lie, it's quite nice.
I'm trying to figure out how to just go into
done.
the settings of ACC and swap the AMR engine noise with just the Lexus.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So Meeks is done qualifying, but he did get enough time, or he did that last lap put him into P2 overall. Still 3/10 behind Aaron Anderson, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat and they're telling me that their D1 times. Nate Beck, I am so sorry if I got your last name wrong. Got it 44.087, and that was P19 for D1. So
sheesh.
I mean, look at it, right? Between P1 and P15, they are all within 1 second. Just
it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
It really doesn't get too different, honestly, until about P18. Because they're all within 1 second flat, and then it gets to 1.1 seconds from P19 all the way down to P21.
Yeah, just an absolute.
In fact, Zodi Fade and Williams have the exact same time. 1:45.242.
Down to the 1,000th. You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Not even. They're the exact same.
That's unreal.
I believe the tiebreaker for that is whoever crossed the line first.
It is. So that's where being the silver division sometimes comes into play, is if you have the exact same time as one of the gold people, but you just, are silver, so you go out first, you're going to get the spot over the gold driver.
Yeah, that is the benefit there. But right now you see that we're winding down here time-wise. So these drivers are getting their last laps in and trying to improve just that little bit to move them up a couple spots for the start here. And we see Rec here actually improving to P4.
Congratulations. So our top 3 for silver is Anderson, Dupuis, I don't know if I said that right, probably not, and Moffitt. And then the top 3 for gold is Meeks, and then Rec and Dave. Anastasia got pushed out of the top 5. He's into the top 6 now.
This is going to be a fun race to watch for sure. A lot of action. I feel like
the margins are razor thin. And
all right,
so
we gotta talk about it then. You guys got any sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Wagers?
Prediction? Not wager. Well, that might work, but prediction.
I think we're gonna see the silver driver Anderson just run away with it. We'll see what his strategy is. Being in the front, you get a little bit more openness with your strategy of taking half fuel switching tires, especially with it being so hot. I saw a lot of people last night throughout all divisions switching tires, taking lighter loads. So, and then a couple people doing splash and dash. So today, I feel like the strategy is going to be wide open for a lot of these drivers. So,
Yeah, you know, my first time commentating D3, I'm familiar with a lot of these guys, but to say which one I think is going to have the best chance, it would be an uneducated guess, and so therefore I don't even want to begin to try to predict it.
yeah,
Smart.
I don't
But
know who
here,
we're gonna throw
here,
in.
right here is your pole sitter, Aaron Anderson, who took the gap by what was it, like 4 tenths?
I think it was 5 tenths when I saw it.
Let me check my little list over here. Oh, it doesn't show up anymore. Oh well. I guess we'll never know. I think it was like 3 or 4 tenths, but that's who's in first, and who's going to be trying to chase him down is Meeks right here in the Lexus versus AMR.
I also see some of these drivers having a different start than they're used to, because I know Barcelona having a quick start finish line. Some of these drivers are going to end up on the corner for the start.
Yeah. Because we got 47 people in this race today. It's about as full as you can get.
It is pretty much, I think D3 was the first one to actually have all registered cars and drivers.
Really?
Yeah, so they were on it for signing up at least, and finding teammates as well. As we see here,
And
everybody starting the formation lap.
Formation laps begin.
And as we were waiting for the formation lap, I did do a little flyby of all the liveries. There was a lot more to go through than I originally thought, but 47 makes sense.
What we might have to do is we just put a camera, just place it in the middle of the track, and just watch as everyone drives past.
We might have to. And we got Professor Rito going for Maxwell. Yeah, he's going for Maxwell here, so
we got
the Super Max chant started already. Max,
Super
Max. Oh boy.
Coming through turn 4 at the moment. Still 3/4 of a lap to go till we are racing.
We do see one driver in the pit lane, actually. I wonder if they just may have forgot to hit the start button. I've definitely done that. Who is 31?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm finding out. That would be Anthony Michael of Comic Racing.
Oh no! My team, no! I was part of the Badmans, but their public collapse. I'm now part of Comic Racing. Selena and I moved over at the beginning of this season. Yeah. Thank you, Landshark, for taking us in.
Landshark, also one of the resident graphic designers, does a phenomenal job for a lot of the liveries.
Oh yeah, his liveries look amazing.
Oh yeah, those things are fantastic. No doubt about it.
While we're here on the formation lap, Bad Ducky just brought up tires or not to tires. I don't know what you guys did, but I took tires yesterday. Granted, I had a garbage race because of my own stupidity, but it ended up helping me when I was trying to fight the people ahead that didn't take tires. I was lapping consistently 2.5 seconds faster than they were at least.
Yeah, I did not take tires. I did the tried and true splash and dash. Ended up working. I went from P6 to P2, but boy, I was not loving it at the end of that race. Yeah. I saw P3 catch a 10-second gap because I was lapping 2 seconds slower than him. So you got to really get those elbows out. I don't know about you, Nate. What did you see?
Well, in P5, I tried a little bit of a weird strategy in that I actually took ECU map 3 for the entire race. Took 60 liters of fuel at the very beginning, and I never swapped tires. And
We're
then
getting ready.
I took 45 liters of fuel.
Don't mean to cut you off, Nate. Here we go. Race number 1 in Barcelona.
Don't mean to cut you off, Nate. He says as he cuts you off.
I know.
Listen, I got the stream right in front of me. I should have known better. That's my fault.
Well, we're going side by side with the Lexus and the AMR down into turn 1.
Relatively clean so far. Let's see down the order if we catch anything. See,
I've got us in the picture-in-picture. Oh, and we already had our top 2 duking it out, and they almost came together there at the exit of turn 2. Just barely missed the bumper of that Lexus.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars pulling out of pit lane. I wonder what happened on that formation lap. Driver's out of position or what? I saw a car off here. Looks like Gino. Yeah.
So Meeks is already up. He's already taken Anderson.
Oh boy, I missed that.
That happened in turn 2.
Oh my. Probably got the... Well, I think he was on the inside and then outside, correct?
I think so.
So, as we see him going down on this back straight, Anderson's already under pressure from Wreck back there, who's looking to do a little dive.
He's going for the sneaky dive.
Yep, but Anderson holding that inside line. Again, getting the nice inside line, but now has to hold the outside. But nope, they file in line together there. So
yeah, and I'm just looking at Anastasi here as he's in 6th place comfortably with a little pack. Meeks just seems to be pulling away from him. The pack of 4 or 5 behind him, ever so slightly with every turn. So it'll be interesting to see if he can put some distance behind that pack.
Maxwell and Fickert there had a little bit of a door-to-door going through that chicane. We'll see what happens here on the front straight. We'll go with the wing.
Gap right now between Meeks and Anderson is about 1.3 seconds already.
Yeah, I see Fickert just kind of back out of that turn 1 dive. So Maxwell is still holding position right now.
Going on board with Wreck right now as he's still chasing down Anderson. Still less than a second between P2 all the way down to like P10 or 11 right now. It's just a massive train. It's just less than a second gap between every single car behind the next one, if that makes sense.
I follow.
Makes perfect sense.
Thank you. I try.
It is a gaggle of cars, and they're going to just be following each other for a while here, see if anybody makes a move. Definitely turn 10 being the biggest one here, especially because there is a couple for Porsches in there. So we'll see if they decide to make a move, because correct me if I'm wrong, the typical braking marker is around 125 for everyone else. The Porsche is around 100.
I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. What did you say?
Commenting on turn 10's brake marker, because it seems like
everyone usually about 120.
I love the brake. Oh man, I can, if I really brake hard and get my downshifts perfect, I can brake almost at 90 meters.
Yeah,
in that 911. It's where I got most of the battles fixed yesterday when I was battling it out, because we'd get up, I'd be well behind me by about like 4/10 behind, just like, oh, this is awful. I hate this 6-cylinder engine on the straight, so I love the sound of it though. And we get into the braking zone, it's just like, I'll take this, thank you, bye-bye.
Yeah, well, it's also because you guys don't have the top end speed of every other car, so you can brake later.
Exactly. I hate it.
I mean, it's something you give up.
Though, in that Porsche, speaking of Porsches, all over the back of Dave right now.
I've been following him. He's doing everything in his power right now to trying to find a lane, just waiting for a mistake to be made to make that inside or outside move. But Dave is just not giving it to him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel his pain. At this track, for some reason, it's really hard to get the overtakes to actually stick unless you're in one of those braking zones we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. We also see a little
I love that livery, though.
Lloyd's also putting some pressure on Moffitt in front of him. So, like you were commenting on earlier, John, some tight battles here. Looking now between 6 through 10, and then another gaggle a little further back. For
I'm gonna interrupt you because Anastasi just did exactly what I thought he would.
He's
he went deep.
A little bit too late, and he went off wide. He just waited just that little bit too long to get past. He's lost a couple spots. Now he's got to fight Moffitt as well as Lloyd behind him. He's getting right up alongside of Moffitt. He's got all that work again to do. He's got 3 spots to go to get back up to Dave now.
I just went back a little bit just to make sure we caught it on the big screen. Yeah, just a little brave on the brakes and sent it a little too hard.
What that means now, though, Logan Schaefer going for a move on Dave on the straight. The Honda engine drag racing the Aston right now. I don't know if I would have pulled out as soon as he did, but he seems to be able to maybe make it work. Going on the outside of turn 1 here is going to just slot back in. After all,
that also invites Toddy back into the fight.
Toddy's up into this fight. I'm sorry, I get excited and talk over people. Go ahead.
No, I was literally commenting the same thing. So we are both excited for this fight.
Oh yeah. And if you look behind Toddy, Anastasi's already trying to get himself back in it. But not only that, we've got Moffitt, Lloyd, Levine, Maxwell, Fickert, Cameron, and Bandieri, at least, maybe even Carbo and Ruzic, that are in this long-ass train that has been started by Dave. Schaefer tried to go for a move there on Dave. Wasn't able to get it done. But look at that freaking train.
Yeah, you look at this track map, and I think it's 1 through 4 right there, off in their own little world, and then you got a huge train from 5th all the way down into, I wish I had this quicker, 27?
Yeah,
no,
just about.
Yeah. That's
it. Honestly, it goes almost towards 30th position. This train, because there's like a 4-second gap between P19 and P20. So this train that we're watching right now goes from here till 19th. Then there's another one that goes from P20 all the way down to P31.
Yeah, the pace between everybody in all the divisions. I know Tyler sent it out, and every division had less than a second gap from the top driver to the bottom driver. So
hang on just a second, because Schaefer's going to go down the inside this time on turn 1, try and get the move done this time around. Still not able to get it done on Dave. Dave's still holding it up, and then Toddy just looks like he had a little bit of contact possibly there going into turn 2. Doesn't really mess either one of them up too much, though. Anastasi's now all over the back of Toddy, though, and Schaefer is pulling out to the right, almost side by side with Dave as well. My goodness, this is an interesting battle, and I love it.
It is a good fight. Logan is just trying to do everything he can. Looks like he's trying to set up an outside move here.
He's leaving that inside, though, for Toddy.
Oh, my gosh.
Not able to capitalize, just barely. But there comes Anastasi trying to get around the outside of Toddy as well. Luckily going to back out of that one before he ends up in the gravel. That wouldn't have been a very good start there. Schaefer going on the outside here, trying to get onto the back straight. This could go very poorly with that curb. If it gets mounted in the wrong way, it shoots you off.
Yeah, that is
Schaefer got past.
Yeah, and then
Toddy is getting to get past as well. Oh, side by side. Damn near touched those two Astons just then.
Oh my gosh, I got that all
Toddy
from
gets in front of Dave
view.
as well. Anastasi now going to be all over the back of the person he was trying to get through earlier. But instead of fighting for that, what was it, P5, it's now fighting for P7.
Yeah, and then a little further back, Lloyd is also just on a bumper of a Honda here.
Oh, and he made it work. Anastasi into the chicane, got past Dave as Toddy went out wide into the second to last corner there. Now he's going to be all over the back of him, even with the Porsche engine down the straight. So where he is going to lose a little bit of time here, probably a 10th, maybe 2/10.
We got Levine going wheel to wheel with a Porsche, and also an Audi on the outside here, 3 wide into turn 1 almost. Going now, it looks 2 wide. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of door-to-door going on. I cannot keep up with all this action.
Holy smokes.
It looks like Fickert also is involved in that fight and moved back a little bit, but Lloyd as well.
So I'm going to ride on board with Toddy now as we're watching Anastasi trying to make up that last position to get up towards to the ability to fight P5 again. He's down in P7 still. All over the back end of Toddy right now, fighting for P6. About half a second in it right now.
I'm going to ride on board with Fickert here, as he is all on the back end of this Porsche into turn 7. And as you hear, the pit window's open.
And we got it off. Moffitt into the wall. I don't know what happened there. I'll let you take a look at that.
Go 30 seconds back and try to see what happened here. You
Not
keep going.
What you want to see.
So let's see. This is leading down in turn 6 into 7. I think maybe might have mounted the inside curb.
I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you. Andy Speed just shot an overtake into turn 10 from 2 cars back and managed to make it stick onto Reynolds. All right, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Moffitt just got the curb and unsettled his car just enough and was not able to keep it in the line that he wanted, and is off.
What's the classic quote? You hate to see it.
That is the
Logan
classic
Schaefer
quote.
Laying down the session's quickest lap time here with a 1:44.97.
We got
He finds
Shanter
himself
on
coming away
Lloyd
in
actually
5.
into turn 1 here. Sorry about that.
We've got I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, looks like Shanter just backed out, so you guys can go with yours now.
Speed and Reynolds going into turn 1. Reynolds was behind. He managed to
Oh
make
no,
it
we
stick
got
into
a
turn
car
1
backwards
and turn
on
2.
In turn 3 actually.
That's Ruzik in the Honda.
Yes, a little side by side with a Audi right there, and another Audi comes in from behind, just collects the back end. Sure that that'll be looked at tonight, but don't know if there'll be stewards involved or not.
I don't know. We're not stewards. We don't comment on that.
I don't. I just say things.
Sometimes we do, but we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Dustin Fickert right now, I'm sorry, all over the back of Maxwell. So your Supermax, if that's the one y'all were going for, has some issues right now fighting for P10. As Fickert's going to look to shoot it down the inside, decides not to do it, though. Makes a good choice and backs out of it.
Yeah, we find Anderson in second place doing the awkward job of trying to make offensive moves on Meeks ahead of him, but also defending Rex behind him, and Rex not showing him any sort of relief here. Rex is just all over him, but he's somehow managing, Anderson is somehow managing to stay comfortably between those two positions in P2, trying to make his move, be patient, be comfortable, and wait for his opportunity.
What I find interesting is that Meeks had that 1.5 second gap, but he's lost it. He's under a second to Anderson now. And Anderson and Reck have been battling it out this whole race so far, but now the top 3 are within a second of each other, basically.
Exactly.
I think it's 1.2 seconds gap between first and third.
I got to tip my cap to Anderson for being both offensive and holding Reck off in P3 behind him. He's been doing an amazing job of kind of doing 2 jobs at once.
And by the way, Nate, you have a fan in the chat, Sean Daniels, saying he loves the soothing sound of your voice.
By the way, we got Fickert here going around for the inside move of turn 4, down the hill into turn 5. Hopefully gets this to stick as there's door to door. Looks like a little touch there. Maxwell staying in front into turn 7 here. Going now back up the hill. Looks like Fickert is just biding his time at the moment. Hopefully trying to seize up a moment into turn 10. Let's stay on board with this fight. I want to see. He's staying behind. Maybe he'll pull out here. Goes for the dive. Looks like he makes it stick, but the switchback from Maxwell. Excellent move. And staying in front there for P10. Oh.
Meanwhile, Reck and Anderson still fighting it out right now. Reck is 2 tenths behind on the coming down the main straight. I don't think he'll be able to get too much on Anderson just because they're in the same car. So the draft won't do too much to help him. He's going to pull out, though. Nope. Decides to put his nose back in line. I was going to be a little shocked if he went from that dive. He was a little far back, but it would have made some great TV, that's for sure.
Fickert's making a move into turn 1 now. Hopefully this will stick for him. I know he's been seasoning up some moves here and there throughout the lap. as they're wheel to wheel still. Fickert does take P10 for the moment.
Ooh.
And
just
guys-
keeping tabs on Anderson and Rec, like you were saying, John. Rec is just looking for any opportunity to stick his nose in there, and he's constantly in the tailpipe of Anderson. Anderson's got to be feeling the pressure right now. Has to be.
I think he is, because he's losing a little bit of time to Meeks now too. He's about a second. He's been consistently losing a couple tenths per lap. Meeks is not able to breathe just yet, since he's still about a second behind, but he is starting to be able to breathe just that little bit easier. Maybe we'll see Meeks be able to start pulling out fast laps again to get ahead.
well, I know we've been covering battles and battles and battles on track. Quickly want to touch on the pit window. It's been open now for 5 to 6 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Insane.
We haven't been able to talk about it.
I know. I've been wanting to say something, but this week we got a 40-minute pit window. So as we were saying earlier, this opens up the strategy for a lot of the drivers to really play around with how they want to tackle this track, especially with, as we've been talking about on and off, the hot temperatures that are going to eat away at these tires and give you some blistering. So we'll see what happens. I know a couple drivers have already dove into the pits, and don't know. I'll have to see what they did.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Anderson got a little bit slowly coming out of the midpoint of turn 1, and now Rec is even closer than he was before. Instead of 5 tenths, he's now 2 tenths, 3 tenths behind him now.
Oh my, it is a good fight. I'm just quickly looking down. A lot of the people that have pit so far are looking like they're fixing damage and or took tires. I don't see anything below 30 seconds apart from, oh boy, I'm not going to say this name right. Chaumont, who had a
that's a tire stop for sure.
He is
29 seconds. That could have just been a very, 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 very good exit from the pit.
True. But yeah, he's the only one that is sub 30 second. But
swinging back over to Anderson and Rec, and 2 and 3 respectively. Anderson is able. I'm sorry, Meeks is just now able to get around.
Contact behind
Anderson.
And
who goes for the dive. Not able to get it done, and he's now being hit from behind as well by Dupas. Oh no, that's going to be some damage there. Yeah. Schaefer is now all over the back end of Rec, as he was able to get 1 or 2 spots up there to continue going. Anderson now 2 seconds behind Meeks because of that, and now has to deal with Bandieri being a lapped car. Not
another
anymore.
Little bit of contact right there.
Oh my
god! And Bandieri was slowing down Meeks, and Meeks was actually getting closer and closer to Anderson because he wasn't able to get around the blue flag.
Yeah, and now Rec has some major damage, I think, because he's much slower than his Honda in that straight line. Schaefer 1/10 behind him now coming into turn 1. So he's going to have to hold off Rec. We're just going to have to sit and see how much damage he has to take. Like, if it's pretty bad, obviously it wasn't bad enough to pit immediately, or else he would have just dove in. But if he has any sort of major damage and starts to lose a lot of time, like he's already almost half a second down on his best time, he might just dip in early, take tires, maybe not, and then get the damage fixed and just hope and pray for the best.
Yeah, no question. As that gap between Meeks and Anderson continues to grow, they're now at 2 seconds, whereas earlier there were, 2/10 of a second? Maybe half a lap ago.
I'm going to ride on board here with Rec, looking backwards at Schaefer. Still 3/10 behind him.
I know a little bit ago, Lorenzo actually had a nice move into turn 10 on Petrovic's. Just a nice little dive on the inside and made it stick and moved on. Is chasing down Osborne now, and Ruzik is also chasing down Reynolds in front of him. So a couple good battles. As I see
we
some
have
yellow flags.
Another yellow flag. Lee, actually.
Lee, one spelled L-I and one spelled L-E-E.
Lee had an accident. Looks like Curtis Lee and the Lexus got off a lot worse, though.
Yeah, turned around.
In the AMG. We're starting to get to that point of the race where we're going to see some incidents. People notice there's only 40 minutes left, going to start trying to make some moves. But it's a question of is it the smartest
Speaking
move to do? As
of
he,
moves, we got Speed trying to actually seize up a move, but ends up getting over the sausage. It was a teammate on teammate battle. Nate knows a lot about the teammate on teammate battles from last
Yes,
season.
I do. Yeah, me and Tim Soik, just constantly battling.
Yeah.
Oh my, as we go side by side with Lloyd and Maxwell into turn 1. Lloyd, I think he was in where he is now, P12, but he's got to also fight from Cameron behind now as well. As Cameron's trying to go around the outside of turn 3 here.
Yeah, Cameron actually had a move into turn 1 there to move him up into that fight for, what is that, P10? I think yeah. So
Yeah,
he...
P11.
Well, he's in P11 now, but he's going to be fighting for P10, I believe. If he can hold off the fight from Lloyd behind.
It's P10. I'm sorry, I'm dumb.
Oh, Lloyd!
Oh, he got a little bit squirrely.
The Porsche betraying him there a little bit.
It happens. That happened to me 3 times last night.
The Porsche is one of those cars that will definitely want to kill you, so you have to try to keep it qualms for a couple laps.
Yeah. Porsche's gonna want to eat you alive in the corners. As soon as you get to a straightaway, you're all right. If it's behind you.
We see Lloyd actually fighting off another Porsche behind him right now. I think that's Shanter.
And just saw something interesting in the chat. I gotta agree with Bad Ducky.
Yes.
If it's not trying to kill you, it's not doing its job. But when it does try to kill you, it means you're pushing it to the limit and you're going pretty quick.
Yeah, we also got Spangler.
Unless you're me.
Also talking about congratulating anyone that decides to do the old splash and dash. So,
but Cobra also saying that the undercut window is closing for anybody that's going to try and undercut for taking tires.
Yes, that is.
And
true.
he's going because we are already 22 minutes. Jesus, it doesn't feel like that long, but we are already 22 minutes into this race. There's only 38 minutes left now.
All right, we see Jess actually looking like he could potentially make a move here into turn 1. Good old Jess Osborne, former Grid Thieves, who left us to go to Plan E racing with Waleed.
Plan E. Oh my goodness.
Plan E expanded this year. They decided to not run only Ferraris.
That's
Bold
why
move.
they're bigger, is because no one wants to drive the Ferrari.
Meanwhile, all of Grid Thieves is running the Ferrari.
Exactly. Maxwell going side by side with Nick Cameron and Lloyd as well, coming into this S's right here, going up into the back straight. Wow, this is a nice little train they've got. From Battle of P10, they got Cameron, Maxwell, Lloyd, Shatner, and Panchnek.
Pachiniak.
Pachiniak, my bad.
It's all good.
Wow, maybe it's me this season. It's gonna be bad.
Pachinko.
Oh no.
Yeah, Plinko. It's
Oh no.
There it is.
We'll get Taylor on it. He'll give us the phonetic spelling of everybody's name. It'll be a mess.
I just had Martin Riggs send me a message asking whose job was it to sync liveries. I synced earlier. Some of these liveries are just not working.
I did as well. I think I synced 15 minutes before the driver's briefing.
And it also happened yesterday in our race as well. There was a couple. I mean, Austin, you know from experience.
Yeah.
I do too.
My DDS files were borked. And
there's a lot of stuff, you know, Martin, you got to work out on the first race. Don't go
Martin, we're going to have to put a
Come
timeout on our conversation as Pacheniak actually making a move here into turn 1, having the inside line to the outside line, but gets the move done before that. I think that is Speed, or is that Shatner?
That would be Shatner in the Porsche.
No, it was Andy Speed that he got it on, I believe. Nope, I'm wrong.
Okay.
You were right. You were right.
Ha!
Ha! I have the devices in front of me to see it, and I'm still wrong.
Logan Schaefer is now again all over the back end of Rec for P3. 3/10 again. He built up a little bit of gap, Rec had, but it's fallen back quite a bit. Anastasi's within a second of Schaefer, so he's still looking to get his nose into this battle and see what he can do. However, he's going to get a little bit closer here as he can just break later than both of those cars, and that 911 closes 3/10 in the braking zone alone.
Oh my goodness. Nerf it
that's-
more.
It's the home field
No,
advantage. for the
don't. I
Porsche.
love my Porsche. You
Yeah,
take
that's-
away my Porsche, I kill you.
Oh
That's the home field
no!
advantage is the corners. You know, you just gotta love throwing the Porsche through the corners.
We got a 3-way fight with Lloyd Pachiniak.
Oh, and Anastasi just dipped into the pits.
Yeah.
We're gonna see if he hits the
Oh,
braking
oh,
point.
Pachiniak-
Oh, that may have been speeding there, Matt. We'll see. That looks
Pachiniak-
really close.
Pachiniak, one of the big loser in that fight. Got a little door to door with, I believe that was Lloyd, and dives immediately into the pits. We're seeing a lot of drivers at this halfway mark, roughly, diving into the pits here. Potentially, maybe trying to cool the tires off a little bit if they are going to go with the splash and dash. Hopefully, extend the life of them.
Let's see what Matt Anastasi's been in the pits for 36 seconds so far, so he's definitely fighting some damage. I think he may have probably taken tires as well. If it's a pit stop that long with damage, going on 47 seconds now.
Yeah, he probably waited till like he couldn't take it any longer. You know, I'm sure that he tried
pit
doing
stop.
the best he could for as long as he could.
I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt again. His pit stop now over a minute long. He's down into P28. He was fighting for P3.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so far none of the drivers that have gone into the pits look like they are doing the splash and dash. I anticipate if you are going to do the splash and dash, you are holding out until the very
As
last
long
moment.
as
Yeah.
you can.
My guess is you're not going to see the splash and dash unless it's the guys in the front of the pack. You know, the guys who've kind of escaped a lot of the damage, and you know they're going to be able to get away with just getting in, getting their fuel, and getting out.
Two things. One, on the splash and dash. I think that people watched our races yesterday and realized that splash and dash may not always be the way to go in a race like this.
True.
And two, Rec and Schaefer are now coming up to some lap traffic in this battle. So this is going to make it a little bit interesting. They're about a couple seconds behind this lap traffic up ahead.
Yeah, I'm on board right now with Speed, looking to move on with Shatner. So if you can keep me updated with that fight for P3 there.
Oh, don't worry. It's in your picture-in-picture.
Oh, look at you go.
My man with the pip.
Oh, yeah. They call me the Pip.
Fallout boy.
That too.
Well,
Oh, Logan Schaefer's going alongside here. Oh, man. This
I'm
is
gonna
an
pull it
interesting
up here,
place to get this
actually.
overtake done. Yeah, you take over.
yeah, they
Nope, couldn't get it done.
couldn't get it done, but I'm still probably going to pull this one up on the main screen and stay on board
Go
with it
for
for a
it.
while.
I'll give you a wing shot of Schaefer.
Oh, there we go. We're getting fancy with it now.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
you know it.
Get swifty with it. Anderson is just staying on the ass of Meeks here. Meeks just cannot seem to shake him, and I love to see this. I
Been
love to
that
see it.
2-second gap this whole time.
Yeah, and Rec right there behind Anderson. Again, Anderson
That's
just doing
3.5,
everything in his
I
power
think.
to be in that neutrality zone where he's both on the offense and the defense. And so yeah, I got to tip my cap to somebody who could do both at the same time, because I know I can't multitask.
There goes Scusa, one of the first lap cars there. This battle, he was nice enough to move over for them. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that Scusa has pit. So technically he didn't have to give that position up if he has, which he has. But I've noticed in our races too that even if, people have pitted and, you can still fight them for it, they'll just give it up because they know they're not going to be able to fight for it forever.
Oh, I see Speed actually
Schaefer.
having. I'm gonna go back
Going
here.
deep
15
into
seconds.
turn one.
I'm
I'm sorry, Schaefer just tried to break in to get him on turn one and just fell back quite a bit, went off track. Now has to get back past Scusa and the other lap car ahead of him to get back up to Rec. Now he is 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, I was actually following Speed having a little bit of a moment in the chicane, and yeah, it came across the bumper of the car in front. They were parked there for like some good 3 seconds, and some other cars came into that, and they finally cleared their way. But Speed dove right away into the pits. Words are hard.
Yes, they are. We've been talking basically nonstop 30 minutes. This has been an interesting race. So.
I
Yeah,
know,
there's
and I've
been a
been
lot of action. A lot of action.
all the
Oh,
action
and
has
Garrity now is all over the back of our good leader Jess Osborne.
yes, and with all this action,
And
I
that's
have
a
not been
Krispy
able
Kreme
to.
car.
I have not been able to mention any of our sponsors, so I am waiting for a moment
Let's
to at
take
least
a
get
moment.
one out there.
Yeah, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment.
Let's take a moment and recognize Documize. Austin, you're up.
Documize. It is one of the sponsors for us. They help you organize your files, and as I heard someone say, they help reduce your lap times around the office. So I thought that was always catchy. And
I love it.
gravitated towards saying that. So they're really good at, control, document control for everybody in the office. As we see Garrity here
sorry.
going for a move.
Yeah.
Can he make it stick on the inside here? Well, Jess has the outside, gets a little bit of that sausage curb, and then looks like Garrity has it for now. And
But
Jess,
this sector is very nice to the 911, so we'll see what
is.
Jess can do.
I
Jess
just want
has
to do a
some
quick
rear end
status
damage.
update on Anderson as he was fighting in between Meeks and Wreck. He just went in for a pit stop and did an absolute splash and dash. Finds himself in fourth
9.
place, if I'm not. Is it 9
Or
now?
no,
Oh, shoot,
no,
I
I'm
gotta get
sorry,
Racing
I'm
Tool up.
wrong. Yeah, why did you have that going? It's P7.
There it is. Yeah.
Definitely
P7.
took tires though. He took a 40-minute
It is
stop.
P7.
40-minute. That's a long pit stop.
I'm sorry, 42nd. Bite me. Good lord. The shit I have to deal with.
Hey, easy there. But by the way,
Finds
Schaefer's
himself in
also
7th.
closed down the gap again. He's now within a 10th. Let's try to get another.
Second?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. I'm gonna do the same thing to you.
I'm all for it. I'm gonna try to get another sponsor out here while we see some people going into the pits and everything. I think it was, what's the Retro Saga? Retro Saga. That is.
I can't even remember him.
So I'm looking at the stream, trying to remember at the same time, and keep track of everything. I can't multitask. That's
This
not
is what
me.
got him into paper.
Yeah. But.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna interrupt you really quick. Meeks into the pits, then you can talk about Retro Saga. So he's dipped into the pits. It'll be interesting to see if he takes tires or if he ends up going for a splash and dash. All right, now you can go. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
You're good. I love the action too on track. Retro Saga, they're a retro game store, so you can buy from them and you can get the games that I know you're too young to know these games, John. Nate's gonna know them.
I am 21. I'm not that young.
You're just the baby of the group.
What? Not that young. Get out of here, you.
Oh, Logan having a moment here
young.
as we're going through this.
Young, but I'm not
hang on.
citizen like
Logan going into turn 4 there just goes deep, absolutely cooking the tires and spins. So his tires are going to be screaming here.
He hasn't
no
pit
question.
yet, so it'll be interesting to see if he dives in at the end of this lap. Then,
as we see Shatner, as this lap, it looks like that's blue flag traffic, as he's chasing Whitting Jr. down. But back onto Retro Saga. You can play some of the old games that some of us have grown up with.
I don't think we can. What you got over there, Nate?
I am sorry. Looks like Logan Schaefer just took a spill, having his moment there, letting traffic go around him. Didn't catch what turn that was, but he was looking like he was in a pretty decent position. I'm sorry.
How far back are you? How far back are you? Question mark.
Well, I'm watching your stream live here.
Are you watching? That's why.
Just to recap,
watch the actual race.
Logan Schaefer spun about 30 seconds ago. I just
more
want to
like
bring that again.
35, but yeah. Anyway, here's something that's actually happening real time. Shatner and Whitting Jr. Lost out to Shatner just, and it looked like they may have come together just a little bit. And Roscoff now is right behind Shatner as well. Shatner was able to get the move done in real time in the P2 there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Anastasi
we got
with
some
it.
growing pains. This is our first race.
There is Anastasi making a move into turn 10 here. Dives, has the Porsche braking as clean as you can be.
Roscoff just went off.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry.
You're all good.
Are you sure that wasn't 30 seconds ago?
Hey, I'm not you. I'm better than you.
That's yet to be determined. Your internet's better than mine, clearly.
Must be. Man's over here going, "Oh, Logan Schaefer just spun." And Austin and I are like, "Hang on a second, again."
The worst part, yeah, right. Logan just can't keep it on track. The worst part about it is I was doing it in the middle of
Reynolds.
Call out for the sponsors, man. I'm just a terrible human being. Let's just.
Well, we're almost done with Retro Saga, so we're getting there in bits and pieces, and I'm sorry to them. But
hey, don't forget to do Documize.
No, we already did that one.
Documize, though, we got an interesting battle going on between Reynolds, Maxwell, and Speed as well.
Yeah, but back to Retro Saga. RetroSaga.ca, I believe.
Not for very long, though, unfortunately.
I know. I'm trying to get the last of it out. They'll have all of your retro game needs.
I gotta talk. Reynolds is all over the back of Speed, though, coming into turn 1. He's going to go down the outside. I don't know what just happened there. Switches into the inside for turn 2 there, though. Gets the move done, possibly. Oh, little contact. Speed just barely clips the back end there of Maxwell. Still able to get it done, though.
Just a touch.
Looks like they're going to be side by side.
Let's hear about some Retro Saga.
They're going to be side by side again, though, coming into the next turn. And Speed now is going to be the one that gets a little bit in front. This is getting interesting. And they come together again into turn 6.
That is turn 5. That's turn 5, and this is turn 6.
Turn 5.
Then 7.
You know what?
As we go up the hill, this is 8 into 9.
Words are hard, and numbers are hard.
I don't do numbers. I do math. Wait, no, that's numbers. Anyway, Speed's still all over the back of Maxwell. This stream is chaos.
As Bad Ducky says, organized chaos. Hey,
I don't know about organized. Holmes now is in this battle as well, going side by side with Speed into turn 10. He's going to back out and be a little bit smart there just to get out of the way, coming into that dangerous area with the curbs there. Speed is losing a little bit of time now to Reynolds ahead because he has to fight off Holmes and Cameron as well. I think as Anderson is in there as well. There's a nice little train from Speed, Holmes, Cameron, and Anderson. Nothing happening yet. Go get your Retro Saga quick.
Well, I finished that one. I said that RetroSaga.ca, get all of your retro game needs. There, it's all right there for you. But we see Maxwell,
because now we got Cameron going on Holmes into turn 1.
See, I got Maxwell into turn 1 as well. Ahead with Garrity going door to door,
going side by side. Cameron and Holmes right now. Holmes going to be able to keep the position though. Cameron, good lord, I can't get the names right. I'm too hyped up. Cameron's starting to fight back just a little bit. Lost out in the battle, though. Garrity and Maxwell, as you said, though, I saw them in front, just going side by side again.
I caught a little pass there from Dupus. Yell at me after. I'm all for you telling me how to say your name right.
Apparently we're saying his name wrong, so...
Yes. But yes, he
also...
he made a nice pass into turn 10 there. The same one that we've seen many times tonight, that inside dive. It's working for everybody.
I love that. I love that corner in the Porsche. I love it. All right.
Yeah, Bad Ducky, I know. I'm sorry.
Dupuis? And Sean Daniels just said that the lobbies stay as full as they are today. It's just going to be chaos every week. And he has a very good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we have not stopped talking. My voice hurts. I'm going to need some chamomile tea after this. But we've been talking for the last almost 40 minutes, basically without any sort of stops, because there's been action up and down the track the whole time.
Yes. I don't think I've ever heard Sean Daniels make a bad point. I think it's the only kind that he makes is good points.
Exactly.
You want to hear something interesting, though? Wreck, who inherited the lead after Pitt, is up in the first by 25 seconds now. So if his tires are good... I'm sorry, go ahead.
We see Speed pulling out here, trying to make the turn 1. He's on the outside right now, but he'll be on the inside for turn 2. Let's see if he makes a stick, as it looks like... Who's that? Reynolds just going in right behind. Maybe he'll make a move into turn 4 here, we also have another accident in there of Holmes, who getting pushed out very, not wide, but on the inside.
Well,
Very
what I
inside
was
of a
going to
turn.
say no longer applies because Levine just dove into the pits.
Oh my.
See, things are happening fast here in season
I know,
6,
it's
race one.
ridiculous.
As we also
Meeks,
going
though,
Borden.
goes back into P2. I'm sorry. We are just stepping on each other. Go.
It's all good. There's action everywhere on this track as Schaefer is trying to get past. I think that's Gino right in front of him, but unable to make it stick. Let's jump to you.
Back to you. Back to you, John. We got Matt Anastasi on to Dave right now. Matt Anastasi just moved up into P9. So after that very long pit stop where he moved down into P22, he's up 13 spots again. He's up in the top 10. And he might be able to get P8 here because he is all over the back end of Dave. 3/10 in it right now coming out of turn 2.
There is.
Can we see that? Well, here's another sponsor, Coach Jeffrey's Academy. I just saw the sticker on Dave's car, so
I'm rocking a Coach Jeffrey's Academy on my car as well.
I don't think we can stop interrupting one another. There's too much going on track right now.
Yes, there is. It is nonstop action that I am here for.
Nonstop, action-packed. These are our keywords for this season.
Yeah, I'm just getting like MXC.
Speaking of
vibes.
nonstop action-packed again, Anastasi's even closer this time around, coming in the 7, 8, and 9, since I can do numbers sometimes if Austin tells me I'm wrong. But
No, they're right. Those are right ones.
ooh, he got a little bit slidey, Dave did, coming out of there. They're now having a battle with Petrovic, who is going to lose out to Dave here into turn 10.
Might also lose
Anastasi's going to go
too.
for it as well. He did. He lost 2 spots in one corner. Dave getting a little bit of a slow exit out of that corner, though. He's going to get Anastasi right up alongside. Decides to back out, but he's going to go wide there into the next turn. Ooh, we're getting side by side in a spot that I don't like to go side by side. Anastasi's going to get it done, though, up into P7 now.
I don't know if he's got it fully done.
Dave is going to, ooh, maybe not, because Dave is going to try switchback on him. Nope, got a little bit of that inside curb there coming out of it. So,
But they are now on the straight, though, where the AMR is going to have the advantage with that slipstream and the Porsche.
oh, yeah,
not
and
being as fast.
Anastasi's moving already over to the inside to get ready to block it. Maybe not. As soon as I said that, he comes right back over.
Hey, just getting back to the racing line after making his one defensive move. It's legal.
Exactly.
Just kind of keep
Dave
tabs
is
in the
now-
front here. Meeks in second place, right? Still holding a 36-second gap ahead of Anderson. Both of them have pitted.
No.
All right.
Wreck
is
has not
back.
pit yet.
Yeah, Wreck. Wreck.
No,
Both
no,
Wreck.
no. Right. Meeks and Anderson.
Yeah.
Positions
It's
2
an
and
Anderson.
3.
My bad. Yes, they
Yeah.
have pit.
They both have pit. Wreck, yeah, Meeks has a 36-second advantage on Anderson now. So second is 36 ahead of Anderson in third. Wreck still has not pit in first place right now. So it'll be interesting to
Flip
see.
it. Anderson and Meeks is 5 seconds. Meeks and Wreck is 35 seconds.
I quickly looked at chat as on board we see Levine and Fickert actually going door to door, and it looks like I think that's Fickert got the upper hand on that
Jess
one.
Osborne just got touched by the guy whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce. Actually, no, that was a back marker that touched him. Coming into turn 10, he tried to unlap himself, I think, and just managed to just barely clip the back end of Jess Osborne's car.
We got
Yeah, that's Carbo.
Jess Osborne's car. I like it. He got
Jess
so
Osborne's
sentimental
car.
at the very end. Trailed off.
You want to know why? Because it's a Porsche and I'm sad it got hurt. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. You know, we're talking about gaps, but so far there don't seem to be that many that are really, really, really close together. There's a couple here and there, but it all seems to be kind of just petering out in a way. As soon as I say that, Ruzik on Chameau right now. Chameau? Is he a Shamu? What?
ShamWow.
ShamWow, yes. Ruzik on ShamWow is going to be side by side coming into the complex of 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, they came together just then. And
Oh no.
the Aston is off into the grass.
Oh no. I'm currently watching Holmes and I think is that Garrity? That is Garrity. Fight it out. They had a good sector 3 going side by side. As I see somebody teleported to the pits, I believe that was car 124.
Yeah, that was the Aston that just came together with Ruzick, and
no.
we're gonna see if he stays in this race or if he is done for the night.
That's not something you like to see.
He may have had a lot of really bad damage.
Dude,
That's a lot of damage.
I'm bleeding the bad
God.
words onto everybody in the commentators booth because earlier last season I said very lot of rain at Masano and it's bleeding to you now.
Wait, what did I say? I don't even know what I said wrong. Oh, the Spaghetti comes around turn 1 off. Just the Porsche decided to try and kill him right there. Another Comic Racing. I'm so sad about that one. But a Comic Racing car takes a little bit of a hit there.
We saw, I think there was.
And Schaefer may have just spun into turn 1, apparently.
Oh no!
I'm just waiting for Rigatoni to get advanced to D3. That way we can have
so he can
all
be with
Italian.
Spaghetti.
You got it, man. I just want to see Spaghetti and Rigatoni.
Speaking of Spaghetti, he's right on to Flores and Rushkosh up ahead, and Cameron.
Spaghetti.
So we got a nice little 4-car train going here. You see that Flores is sponsored very proudly by Twitch. Unfortunately, though, you're D3, so it should say YouTube, not Twitch.
The YouTubes, as some people would say, but I'm on board with Pacheniak chasing down Whitting Jr. here. They've been close for a while as Pacheniak tries to go for a dive into the chicane, backs out of it though, so that's going to cost him a lot of time onto this back straight, front straight.
All right, and back to the battle with
Maxwell
Spaghetti.
actually is in it as well. Maxwell, I know chat is going to be going max for this because he is catching up fast and making a move onto Pacheniak here into turn 1.
Yeah, there's a lot of love.
Oh, and
Maxwell.
Spaghetti just came a little bit too hard onto the curb coming out of the second to last corner there. Was going to lose quite a bit of time to Flores up ahead, which, by the way, I saw something funny in his car, and I want to read it the way I think it's supposed to be read. Okay, bye!
Oh,
I just
my
picture
gosh.
that gif of the little kid like going down the slide. Like he waves at the camera. Sticks his arm straight up in the air. Okay, bye!
And Flores, even with his okay bye sticker, all over the back of Roscosh, can't get past to show him that sticker at the moment. I think I'd actually be okay with being overtaken by someone if it said that on the back of their car.
Yeah. You just look at it and go, all right, you can have that position.
Yeah, you can have that one. I'm fine with this.
Yeah, that's good. You got me.
And as soon as I said it, Flores and Roscosh are starting to go side by side in the 7, 8, and 9 up here. Nope, going to poke his nose right back in line. Ooh, goes a little bit wide. Both of them do, actually. But able to get it stuck on the track, though, and that allowed Spaghetti to kind of make up for his mistake that he made at the end of last lap. ZDR boys. What's that car? Mercedes. I almost said McLaren. He's going to lose out, though, to Flores. Side by side at the moment, though, he's going to have to slot back in. So Roscosh finally sees the okay, bye sticker on the back of Flores' car. As Flores is just kind of sliding all over in that Porsche. It's that time race, though. We've been in here for almost 50 minutes. It's when this car starts to get a little bit more deadly than it usually is. And that is 2 laps in a row that Spaghetti has hit that inside corner.
Further back, we got speed on Bandiri here going into turn 1. It's a Aston on Ferrari. Let's see who's going to have it better. It looks like the Ferrari has the advantage going into turn 1, but turn 2, speed really trying to hold on to that outside line, unable to keep it, and is falling back now. And we'll have to reassess and reset up a move here, hopefully for turn 4.
Ooh, and Roscosh into turn 2, just kind of, I don't know what just happened. I was watching, but it didn't click in my brain. He just kind of spun in that Mercedes. No. So he's now out of the battle now, unfortunately.
As he spun it, speed actually got the move done into turn 4 here, and is holding it down into turn 6 and 7. We'll see if Bandiri here is going to try to make up a move or try to end up going for something into turn 10. So I'll stay on this one.
And Nate, they're talking about the fact you said Jif as in the peanut butter in the chat at the moment. And then they said, at least you didn't say livery wrong, but they weren't here earlier when you went livery. Unironically.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I appreciate Sean looking out for me, but Sean, I did actually pronounce it livery earlier. That one I did do ironically. I will say I said livery ironically. However, everybody knows it's pronounced Jif. All right, I get the peanut butter argument. That you can ask the guy who actually made that format. It's pronounced with the J. Okay, end of story.
But it has a G.
I know that you're getting hot and heavy about this, but we see Anderson here trying to size up a move on the turn 1 on Reynolds. And unfortunately just was there, but decided to back out of it. And we see that the pit window has closed, so hopefully everybody has made their pits.
You're going to be the one to check that one.
Yeah, and I'm going to jump
Lloyd
on board
right now, though, is 3/10 behind Gino. We got some Porsche on Aston action again.
It does look like everybody has pitted, so we are A-okay. The speed looks like he goes wide with the Porsche, who is, I think that's Jess. Both of them losing out 2 positions, I think, there. Unfortunate for them as the Lexus comes through. And Speed, I think, getting the worst end of that stick, going from basically leading that fight to now trying to catch everybody else up in that fight.
We're going to go side by side, though, with Lloyd and Gino almost. Gino goes a little bit off the track there, able to maintain it, but just barely touched that dirt. It's going to let Shatner get into this battle as well now. So we got another little train of 3 cars coming into this final straight.
There's fights everywhere, and I still have, I think, 2 sponsors to go as well.
Good luck with that. That's all I'm going to say, because now we've got Schaefer on Dave, 2/10 coming into turn 1. You're never going to be able to get those sponsors, and I hope you realize that.
I'm going to get it at the very end of the stream. I know that.
So I want to mention something. I just noticed this because we've been so focused on all the action around the track, but Rec managed to hold on to P2 after coming out of the pits, and he's only 2 seconds behind Meeks right now. So Anderson is actually the one out of the top 3 that kind of got a little bit boned by the pits, because he's down in 3rd place and 4 seconds behind P2.
Also, Reckoneer in chat, I love it. He said, enjoy this Valentine gift instead of gift.
It's just for you, Nate. Just for you.
Here, all right. You know what? At the end of the day, the only logical argument for pronouncing it GIF is the guy.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Format says
I'm sorry. Shut up just a second. Schaefer and Dave going side by side into turn 10, going for the braking zone. Schaefer and Dave still side by side, coming into the exit of turn 10 into 11 right now. Schaefer going to back out, almost hitting the curb that is going to send him flying, but luckily he didn't. And he's just going to slot right behind Dave. All right, now you can continue with your hot and heavy discussion on GIFs.
Oh, no, that was it. No, the proper pronunciation, I don't care who you ask, is GIF. It really is. The only person, literally the only person who pronounces it GIF is the guy who made it. But what the fuck does that guy know?
Hey, now, easy on that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I get heated.
I can tell. But we see Schaefer here still trying to make this move stick. He is 3/10 back, and I think
you can cover that one.
Dave has been going offline to try to break the slipstream while Logan's staying on the line. And as they come through the first couple turns here, Logan staying pretty close.
Sorry.
You're okay.
I see something, and then I get interested, and I'm like, oh, this is going to get exciting. Then it doesn't, and I'm disappointed.
Piece of candy.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm a child, apparently.
Yeah,
there's action all over this course, man.
There is. Logan's trying to make a move up turn 5 here.
Anastasi is in the battle for P5 right now. He's only about 3/10 behind. So once again, after
Schaefer,
very long pit stop.
Schaefer in turn 7 here, going wheel to wheel with Dave.
I hope
door to door. I mean, it is door to door because it's not open wheeled, so it's door to door technically.
Yeah. I always called it door to door.
Turn 7 went side by side. Thankfully, nothing happened, but he's still sizing up a move here for turn 10. Has to take the outside line, trying for a little switchback. Ooh, what a wonderful move, actually. A nice little switchback there in turn 10. And hopefully he can hold this because he goes a little deep here in turn 11. Yeah, no, 12. That's 12. And then 13, wow. Dave has the inside line for this into the chicane now. Logan has the inside for the first part of the chicane, and will transfer the outside. Hits the sausage
all
curb.
over the place.
It is, but he's staying in this fight.
This is where the action is.
It is.
This is what.
Yeah, Logan. Oh no! They touch. Logan spins, facing backwards. Not what you want to see.
Oh,
This is.
man.
That was a good fight up until that point. Oh man.
It looks like he managed to catch it. I'm pulling a Nate and watching 45 seconds behind, but it looked like he managed to catch it though.
He did catch it. He
Oh,
did.
and Logan makes contact.
Oh no!
Oh, wait,
Exactly.
no, hold on.
Oh, wait a second. No, that happened.
Oh, that's
Meanwhile,
heartbreaking.
Again in real time, Matt Anastasi's still fighting for P5, and now Toddy up in P4 has to worry about. Oh man,
We're just gonna, is it Zach?
Dupois,
We're just going with Zach. Zach is his first name.
Zach and Matt Anastasi behind him. I want to die.
Dupois.
Dupois?
You mean Dupree? I think.
Oh,
We're
and
going in-
Anastasi's going to use the Porsche brakes to his advantage. He's going on the inside of Dupois into turn 10. He's going to make it stick. Hits
The
a little bit
switchback,
of the
though.
sausage curve, though. He gets the switchback by Dupois, and is going to end up losing it out into turn 11, though.
Oh my gosh, it's action on action.
Good plan. Relatively
Wow.
poor execution.
Wow. Unreal.
Still going to be in it, though. Anastasi and Dupois. I'm just going to say it like that. That way,
Dupois!
if I get yelled at, it's a little bit less than normal.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This has been so
Anastasi's
much
so
chaos
close.
tonight.
Anastasi's so close that the Aston engine is not really able to pull too far away because he's just so good into that slipstream with that Porsche.
All right, I have an honest to goodness actual
Ooh!
request of any driver that hears us pronounce the name incorrectly this race. Just DM us
Exactly.
Yes.
the very simple spelling and
Oh
pronunciation.
no, there's
of your
contact
name.
behind in P20. They were going through turn 10 and then 11. It was 2x2, and contact was made as that.
I'm going to interrupt you because Dave and Levine going side by side into turn 1. This one's a little more important.
Wow.
Dave is pushing Levine a little bit into the inside of turn 2, though. He's going to be able to manage to keep it. Gets a little bit slidey, Levine, out of the exit there. Dave gets past. Levine is there, and now Fickert is going to be up. Wait, no, that's not Fickert. That's Gino's right up alongside of him as well. Oh my God, this is awful. There's so many cars.
It's just a gaggle of cars.
Shatner's now in this fight as well. Also, I'm thankful that the people in the chat love my pronunciation. Dupois.
We're going everywhere.
Yeah,
We're gonna try to get it right with one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm serious.
just.
Let us know.
I'm only good at
DM us, tell us
Anastasi because
the
I met him in
pronunciations.
person.
And by the way, Shatner's made a move on Garrity in this mess of cars, and he's now trying to catch up to these two that are in front of him, Gino and Levine. This fight is livening up
Gonna
here.
be literally. All right, so the last 2 minutes of this race, we haven't been able to talk about this the entire race because there's just been so much going on. But around the 30-minute mark, I wanted people to start thinking about a driver of the day. And since you got 2 minutes left, come on, guys, give us your votes for who you
Hang on,
think
I
driver
can't.
of the day
Shatner
should
makes
be.
a move here, and he's
I
looks
didn't
like
mean
he's
you.
made
I
it
meant the
stuck.
chat.
Oh yeah, well I know I'm interrupting at the moment for Shatner making a wonderful move. So he made a great move, and we gotta congratulate him for that.
Yes, he did. Congratulations.
Austin, I love you, man. I love you. Don't go change me, dude.
Toddy started in P8. He's up 4 positions. I'll go through the quick little rundown of our biggest winners right now. Biggest winner overall at this point in the race is Lorenzo. He's up 26. Oh, is Matt Anastasi just went off the track into the wall. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting myself now. What is up with this? But
Wow.
It just looks like he lost it coming out of turn 4, turn 5, and just touched that wall. So instead of being able to fight for P5, he's going to be down in P6 now. Just maybe good with that one.
We see.
Anyway, our biggest winner still Lorenzo, 26 positions up, with Garrity close behind, 23 spots up.
Logan actually made a move while you were saying that. And it looks like
Sorry.
Levine's making a comeback, though, into turn 7. But unable to make it stick. He might have actually lost out to Lloyd there as well because he went for that move. So Lloyd is now behind Levine.
I just want to say something. Anastasi is definitely dealing with some damage now. Not going very fast, and it looks like he's having some trouble trying to steer the car. So this last lap, I don't expect him to be going very fast. He's just going to be holding off Dustin Fickert, who's about 5.5 seconds behind him. So as long as he's not 5 seconds slower, he'll be good. And Shatner is all over the back of Dave now, coming into the last chicane. Oh man, I'm burping too. It's getting exciting.
I agree. It's been nonstop tonight. Let's see, Shatner going to the racing line now. It went. Let's see what's
this might go well for him. It might not. Oh, whoa! That was an interesting move from Dave, but he made it work. Just kind of blocking him out there.
I mean, you're allowed to return to the racing line when you're coming up to the braking zone, as long as you do not move in the braking zone. So it was tight, but from what I know,
it was definitely tight.
We're not gonna say much on it.
We are not stewards.
Exactly.
And Shatner's going side by side with him though here into turn 4. 3, 4. I hate myself. Is he gonna make it stick and get past Dave now into turn 5?
No! Contact with Anderson.
Oh no!
As he's trying, he doesn't get disavowed.
Which
too
Anderson?
Much, though.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ride on board here as we see
the Anderson in 3rd place.
The top 3 come through as we see Meeks taking it, and then Wreck right behind him, and then it looks like, if things stay the same, Aaron Anderson taking silver. Let's see if
there it is.
Once again, Martin Riggs being the comedian. And Logan Schaefer, as soon as I start talking, goes for a dive on like 3 cars into turn 10. Does not manage to get it done, though. Just slots in right behind, following Shatner, Dave, and Gino. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Martin Riggs, being ever this comedian, just said he's going to give me a numbered track map. And honestly, I'd be fine with that because I need some help, apparently.
We had it at the very beginning of the stream.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention.
I just needed to keep it up on my monitor the whole time.
There you go.
I'm the same way. Turn 4! No, wait, no,
okay,
9!
let's get this, though.
No,
Shatner, Dave, Gino.
Got a really bad exit out of the last turn. Just lost places to Gino and Schaefer right at the line. Knocks him from P9 down to P11 at the very, very end there.
A lot of close battles going back. Speed on Reynolds right now, along with Lorenzo right behind him. We'll see what happens here as they come up to the line. Speed, I don't think he's got enough. It's just too much of a small sprint to that finish line. Unfortunate there. But
and we've got Spaghetti, who's ahead of, somehow ahead of Michael and Petrovich. Oh, my thing is backwards.
There's a lot of fights here for that sprint to the line. I think Williams is also unfortunate, too far back.
Unfortunately, the thing with this track though is if you come around to that last corner, even if you get like the perfect exit, it is so hard to pip anybody at this line here.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a short run.
There we go. Our top 5 for the end of the first race of season 6. Meeks, Wreck, Anderson, Toddy, and Dubois. Your gold winner is Meeks, and your silver winner, Anderson, who brought it home in P3.
Okay, who's driver of the day?
That's a good question. Let's see what chat wants to say, and then we'll come up with our own little options. How about that?
Garrity looks like he moved up 26 positions. I'm
not basing it on that. I'm basing it on the fact, like, what happened during the race. So, honestly, mine is going to go to Matt Anastasi. He had that really bad accident at the start, like that contact, and then it had to come in, took over a minute pit, pushed him down into P29, managed to make it all the way back up into P6.
Yeah, that's a hell of a comeback right there. There's no doubt about that. I'm giving my driver of the day to Dubois just because of his name.
Dubois.
Dubois. And that's it. I mean, that's
Oh
my
man,
DODT.
that's how Nate's gonna just commentate this every time has
That's
to do
right.
it.
Yeah. Well, we do see
Welcome
drivers.
to your new commentators, D3.
We are definitely seeing some drivers run on into race reviews. So hopefully we see either Meek or Anderson pull in the chat, and we'll try to pull them up. Keep an eye out for them.
But anyway, that was a very. If the entire season stays like this while we're waiting on them to come in here, if the entire season stays like this, oh my god, it's going to be one. It's going to be unbelievably hard to do this properly, as we've seen today.
It's going to be
two,
tough.
it's going to make for a very interesting championship.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's gonna be. There's so much action happening all the time. I just feel like it's gonna be very difficult for all of us to just like have our to stay in our lane, if you will. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of driver of the day Maxwell's in the chat, so I think they have decided who their driver of the day is.
They have. There's a lot of Maxwell fans in chat.
Yeah, there is a lot of Maxwell fans. It's kind of shocking. So if you see Maxwell, we'll go ahead and get ready to pull him in as well. I see Rec, who was our P2, but I don't see our P1 for either division at the moment.
I'm not either. So maybe we pull somebody up and give them a quick interview.
I vote Anastasi.
Oh, I'll pull him up. He's gonna.
All right, I'll put him in the cooldown room really quick.
Okay. We can. Yeah. Not seeing them. You can just pull him up right now. I'll get him right now.
All right.
Oh no.
He did the thing.
He did the thing. I've done it before. I'm gonna pull him up. Oh,
Matt, come on. I put you there for a reason.
Oh, dude, I didn't know what happened.
Oh man, you gotta love it. Well, you were my driver of the day. You took my heart away. I don't know about these other two, but you made a really great comeback after that really long pit stop. Were you able to fix some damage there?
No damage. I started with half fuel and then did a tire change.
Oh, interesting.
I was hoping for a better start, but I fell back some spots in the beginning there, and then
just a tad.
Yeah, but what kind of helped me out was when I came out of the pit, I had a clear track ahead of me, so I was able to push pretty hard.
Oh yeah, you were able to come back from what looked, I think it was P29 when you came out of the pits, all the way back up to P6.
Yeah.
So that was a very
P5,
impressive drive. Yeah, unfortunately for you, I caught that on camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and commented on it. You're welcome.
That was a crazy race. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I didn't know what to do, man. I was going back and forth with strategies all week, and just kind of made that last minute call. I didn't want to be on the end of the race without a tire change and risk killing myself or someone else on track. So I figured that was a call.
It seemed like the right decision though, because it didn't seem like there was really anybody. I don't think anybody at all actually that did the classic splash and dash situation. Everyone seemed to have taken tires during this race.
Yeah, too hot out there, man. You got to do it.
Oh yeah. You had a really great battle with Dupois though. That was very interesting to watch. What was going through your mind when you were all over the back of him for those like 4 to 5 laps before you unfortunately dropped it?
Was that at the end there?
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah. I mean, he was defending real good. It's just, the Porsche just does not have the power on the straights. And I knew I was quicker than him everywhere else, but as soon as we got to the straight, I couldn't really get in a good enough position to make the move happen. But kudos to him. He defended well. It was respectful racing, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing what you could do for the rest of the season here in D3 since you left us high and dry in D4.
My bad, guys.
How dare you?
We'll move you right back down to the race review. Have a great night.
Thanks, man. You too.
I did see Anderson in here now.
I think that was no. I don't think that's the right Anderson because it was Andrew
it's not
Anderson.
the Anderson.
Yeah, SON Anderson.
Can you imagine pulling up like the
congratulations on a P2 and it's just like I got P30.
Yeah.
How you feeling? Well, not so good.
But unfortunately, I don't think either one of our race winners in here then.
That's true, but we could get Reek, our P2.
Reek?
Sam Reek.
Rec Reek? I don't know which one it is.
We'll ask him in the chat when he comes up here.
Exactly. We can pull him on up.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Oh,
You do
wait,
the
Meeks is
honors.
here.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, we're pulling Meeks up.
Pull him up.
CJ Meeks, our overall winner for D3 in the first race of season 6. How do you feel? Oh, I may have pulled him up when he was not ready to talk.
No, I'm here.
There we go.
Yep, I'm here. I feel absolutely amazing. That was pretty intense.
Are you
We were
sweating? Are
watching.
you sweating?
I
Right
was
now?
sweating.
Yeah.
How
was
ready are
sweating.
you? Are you the sweatiest one in D3 today?
Yeah, my gloves do not smell very good right now. That's all I can say.
Oh, he's going all the way. He's got the gloves.
Hell yeah, dude! You gotta take care of the Alcantara wrap around the wheel,
Alcantara.
man. There's no doubt about it.
But that was
Yeah,
a great
CJ,
move that we
hell of a
watched you do.
performance.
And, oh wow, we are all over the place. Nate, you go.
No, I just wanted to tip my cap, just take a brief second to express my appreciation for the hell of a performance that you had put on tonight, man. Just real consistent. I think that's the actual key, regardless of the division that you're in, is just being able to put down consistent laps. Of course, it helps if you're fast, like you demonstrated tonight, Meeks. But man, talk about having some battles, defending some guys, coming up and making your move, waiting for opportunities to take advantage of other people's mistakes. I mean, it really seemed to me like you had everything put together in one really good package tonight. So I have to imagine that you're feeling pretty solid after the race, and you got to feel good going into. We got a bye week next week. You got to feel real good going into race 2, 2 weeks from now.
Oh yeah, I feel pretty good after that. I, to be honest, was not expecting to be up that high. But shout out to Dan Cran who made me and Curtis's setup. It was just absolutely amazing the whole way through the race, even with no tires.
Nice.
You didn't take tires.
No.
Interesting. So I was wrong when I was talking to Anastasia. There was at least one that did the classic splash and dash.
To be fair, I thought the same thing, that everyone took tires tonight, so.
Well, I'm glad I'm not alone. Well, congratulations on the win, CJ.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, you have a great night. We'll move you on back on down.
All right.
Unfortunately for the YouTube chat, Maxwell is not in a chat right now, so we can't pull him up and talk to y'all's driver of the day.
Oh my, that's unfortunate.
I don't see our Anderson either.
Man,
Anderson.
I had a lot of questions for Maxwell too. Namely, are we pronouncing your name properly?
Maxwell?
That's right. You heard me.
I would have wanted to
At
ask
this point, I don't
him.
even know.
Well, unfortunate that we don't have them in chat to pull up.
It's all right. Oh wait, yeah, we do. He just came in.
Oh, we'll get Maxwell in here.
Mr. Noel
That'll be the
Maxwell.
last one.
Mr. Maxwell, driver of the day, voted by the
No
YouTube
way.
chat for D3.
No way. That's so
Yeah.
exciting, man.
Yeah, that's you, man. Welcome to the post race review, where we ask you your thoughts about the hell of a performance that you had put on tonight. How are you feeling?
I'm buzzing, man. I somehow got lucky, and on lap 1 gained the most positions I've ever gained in a single lap, and then somehow managed to miscalculate fuel and lose them all at the end. So pretty hype. I'm
It
pretty
happens.
hyped about it. No, absolutely. But no, super. I really enjoyed it. Can we actually watch the lap 1 incident? Like,
You'll
at
be
least
able
the
to in
first
the
half
race
lap?
review, actually.
Yep. We won't keep you here too long. You go to the race review after we pick your brain and all that good stuff, and then absolutely you'll be able to go down there and say, hey, listen, I want to look at this.
Yeah, because I've only seen like the first two corners from it. It was wild.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Listen, Max.
hang on. Nate has a really important question for you.
All right.
Like,
go ahead.
this is like earth-shatteringly important.
Yeah,
Nate, go ahead.
I think a lot of people. I think no. I just think a lot of people want to know. The people want to know. How do you pronounce your last name?
Oh, Romani. Yeah, Romani.
I told you guys it
Hey,
was.
now.
Yeah.
See, we were all pronouncing it wrong.
No, it's cool. That's why I use like Noel Maxwell. It's all good.
Yeah, baby. I'm telling you what. Hey, listen, that was a hell of a performance you put on tonight, dude. You put on a hell of a show. And listen, dude, YouTube chat was going crazy for you.
I think every other message was hashtag go Maxwell, hashtag Maxwell P30 to last is another one that showed up.
Hey, I love to hear it. This is my first race with SRA, so hey, maybe let's make it a trend.
Are you serious? What you got an entourage with you? You brought
Already? Man, this dude's popular.
Got a couple bots, you know.
That makes sense.
I know that you want to also see the lap 1 stuff, so we shouldn't hold you too much longer here, so you can at least go see all of that fun stuff and review the race.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys pulling me in. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, congrats on the first ever driver of the day for the season 6.
Hell yes, thanks guys. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
All right, you too, man. Guy.
All right, well, you heard it there first. His actual pronunciation of the last name is nowhere near Maxwell. I told you. I told you.
All right. Well, on that note, though, I'll at least give the last shout out. I think it was Track Racer. Let me know if I'm missing any of them, guys. Track Racer being
Armamentario yet?
Did not. Thank you. Track
You're
Racer.
welcome.
The needs they have the needs for all of your the flight setup, flight rigs, and sim racing needs. Everything that you need, you can find at Track Racer. You can also use our code that will help SRA out as well. Go Setup's also new. Thank you, Nate. They are places you can go.
Austin's all over it tonight.
That you can go get setups from them for any car that is an ACC. All of the tracks. I think the only one they don't have is the Ryder. But you can go get any of their setups. Again, using our affiliate code will help SRA out as well. That's all on our Discord. And then Armamentario, one of our... I don't know if they are the oldest, but one of the oldest sponsors we've had with SRA. They help change the HUD that you have to give you a lot more information and more in-depth detail that you are possibly wanting during a race, that gives you tire temps, input of your steering wheel and brake pedals, things like that. Gives a whole new HUD to the driver, which is fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just from experience with Go setups, I had come from a competitor to Go setup. And it was pretty good. It was actually really good, but Go setups just seems to be a lot more forgiving. Obviously it sounds like I'm just coming from a place of bias, but it's worth checking out. It's absolutely worth checking out. And there's some reasons, if you want to shave a few seconds, maybe you're not even as experienced as a lot of the guys in SRA. I feel like Go setups are still really, really good to getting kind of the newer generation with the setup that they can handle.
Yeah, I agree. But overall tonight it was a fantastic race.
Maze opener.
If it stays like this all season, I am going to be buying a lot of throat lozenges and drinking.
Yeah, dude. I have to do something after this, and luckily I don't have to speak, or else I think I'd just start crying because my throat hurts. Probably part of it's because I kept saying Dupois.
Yeah.
Dupois.
But
anyway, that was an amazing first week with you two, and I'm looking forward to the whole season.
Can't wait, man.
Maybe get some guest stars in here from time to time.
Maybe. But yeah, we do have a break next week for Valentine's Day and everything, so we won't be live next week. We'll be live the following week at a Misano that we have to still find the conditions out for you. I know that the meteorologist hasn't fully given us everything, so we'll find out here shortly.
2 weeks out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Unfortunately, you see, I think that we don't need a break next week because I'm single, so I've got nowhere to be. So on Tuesday, I'll just do the D4 race on my own, and then we're gonna count that towards a championship.
All right, we'll see about that one.
I'm gonna be in Cabo, Mexico all this week, so I'm definitely looking forward to having a week off and feeling not guilty about it.
Well, on that note,
got an extra plane ticket.
Oh yeah, dude. My fiance's parents live down there. Yo, you want to go?
we can have that as the post race discussion for us.
Yes.
But on that note for us tonight and all of SRA, a fantastic week 1 and looking forward to it. We wish
Peace
you all
out,
a great
SRA
night.
Nation.
Yes,
That's right.
peace out, SRA Nation.
Peace out, and it's pronounced GIF.
We'll end on that one.